Today I'll be talking about two important film crew positions, the first one being the director, and the second one being the production designer. The director is basically the driving creative force in a film's production. It is his responsibility to define the style and structure of the film, to visualize the script, and to really guide the cast and crew to fulfill his creative vision that he's already kind of figured out in his head for the current film that he's working on. The director oversees pretty much everything from the scripts to the shot selection, cast, sound, lighting, special effects, and even editing. To be a director, you really have to have remarkable creative skills as well as the ability to artistically visualize the film that you're currently working on. Being a director requires a really deep passion for filmmaking. The leadership skills required to manage and inspire a crew and a cast to really fulfill that creative vision that we talked about. The ability to work well under pressure is extremely important, and a complete understanding of the entire filmmaking process. So to really create a film and to lead a film like a director has to, you really have to understand everything, all the little aspects of creating a film, and that's what the director has to do. One director that immediately sticks out in my mind for me as somebody that inspires me is Christopher Nolan. He is the director of Interstellar, The Dark Knight, Inception, many great films that the world has really come to appreciate. His ability to create scenes that at a glance look physically impossible to film has been something that's always amazed me, how he seems to repeatedly pull stuff like that off and really create scenes that look impossible. His attention to detail and unique way of telling a story is absolutely incredible to me. It pushes me to work as hard as he does and to really think outside the box whenever I'm really doing anything creative, even if it's not filmmaking. The second crew position I wanted to talk about is the production designer. The production designer is basically responsible for the visual design and style of a film. More specifically, the sets, locations, graphics, props, lighting, costumes, pretty much everything. Anything that requires a little visual touch that you're going to see on screen, the production designer is going to be overseeing that. He works closely with the director and producer, typically focusing on hiring and managing an art department team, assessing potential studios and locations, producing design ideas for costumes, researching and preparing a property list, and really much more that would take me a very long time to fully explain. The production designer needs to have a very strong ability to communicate ideas to everybody in the production team, the ability to generate creative ideas, the ability to manage and design a project from the start to finish. Really anything, like I said, that involves a visual aspect that you're going to see on screen. He oversees that and really needs to have the skills to lead teams to create the visuals that you end up seeing on screen. Before doing any research or anything along those lines, I really didn't know the names of any production designers that have worked on really any of my favorite films. So I did a little research, and one name that really stood out to me was Stuart Craig. He, in my opinion, is probably one of the best in the industry. He is most recognized for his work in not one, not two, but all of the Harry Potter films to date. His ability to visually create beautiful scenes in the Harry Potter films is actually what inspires me the most about him. He created something beautiful that clearly didn't exist before he just created it in his head. And he made these things out of absolutely nothing. And that to me is extremely inspiring. And like I said, in my opinion, I think he is probably one of the best in the industry. So those were two important crew positions when it comes to creating a film. I hope you guys enjoyed my presentation.